Yo guys, it's me Finley. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now guys, today we're going to be reacting to the Odd Ones Out because the last time that I reacted to them, I really enjoyed it. So let's hop straight into this and let's go. Also guys, don't forget to subscribe.
Hey England!
And, yeah.
For the entirety of this video, I'm going to be calling this sport football and this sport soccer, okay? Well, blimey, mate, we got a cheeky bugger here. We do. Well,
Why?
pip pop cheerio. Hope
It's
stiffy
called
winks your
football
knockers.
for a
God save
reason.
the queen.
Because you're
What did I
playing
just
football
say?
with your foot.
So, the theme of this video, sports. Either you love them or you hate them. Or you have
I
some
love
other
them.
third opinion. Growing up, my family
I
was
love them,
never
to be
big on
honest.
sports. We never watched any games on the telly. I'm sorry, I still got some British in me.
What?
And me and
Oh
my
my
dad
God.
never went out and played catch. He also never taught me how to shave. He was gone a
What?
lot. He always talked
Oh.
about Heather. Okay, but I did play soccer for a couple years when I was like 7. I was on the green team. Sports at that age aren't even like sports. It's just parents wanting you to go outside more. Being a goalie on
True,
a
I
soccer
know.
team when you're that age is
Yeah.
super stressful. The whole team is counting on you. Even stopping a ball that's gently rolled towards you is difficult.
I
One time, the
know.
other team we were
Like
playing
whenever
was
I'm
so
in goal,
sucky that
I'm
all the
so
players
bad.
spent the whole game on their half of the field. And I was the goalie for my team.
And
I
you're just
remember
standing there like
sitting down and
this.
picking at the grass. Soccer was the only sport that I've been on a team for. Well, I mean, I'm not counting the track team that I was on for only 2 days. There was this kid I mentioned a long time ago in my Boy Scout video named Micah. Now, he was a soccer
Micah.
fanatic. I wonder what
I
he's
have a
doing.
friend called Micah.
Okay, England. We have this holiday called Thanksgiving. We celebrate it because it's when we left your lame country. Don't ask what we did next. So
It's
on
not
Thanksgiving, for
It's not a
some
lame
reason,
country.
it's a
It's a
tradition to
really
play
good
football
country.
before you go and eat food. So while the ladies stay inside and cook the meal, the men go outside and throw the pigskin around. I'm just kidding, you guys. I'm not a sexist. But I
Just
mean,
throw
that
us
is
the
what happens.
pigskin.
So one time during Thanksgiving, I was a little kid, like 11 or 12, and I was playing football with my dad and his other 40-year-old friends. So me being the littlest, I
Nice.
wasn't particularly the best player. But while we were playing, I freaking caught the ball. I caught it! And then I
Oh
just
my
started poking
God.
it across the field. I've probably never ran so quickly in my entire life. And I actually
He
made it.
caught the
I scored a
ball.
home run. And that to me was such a pivotal point in my life. I
Oh
felt
my
so
God.
accomplished. Me, a little kid, scored a goal against a bunch of adults. I would think back to it if I was ever feeling sad. Like, oh, I failed this math test, but one time I scored a basket against a bunch of adults when I was 12. But I
Basket.
remember I was a senior in high school,
We said
and
a
I was just
basket.
driving, and then the thought came to me, they probably let me score that touchdown. They were going easy on me. Man, growing up sucks. I was never all that competitive as a child. Well, okay, I was never competitive when it came to sports. It's just a game, guys. We're supposed to have fun. Winning's not that important. Sports are good at that age, though. They promote physical activity. You
Yeah,
make
true.
friends. You might like the sport and want to pursue it more, and it's
True,
not a big
yeah.
deal if you suck. I'm totally making my future
Yeah,
kid
true.
play a sport. That is, if I have kids. What if I die alone? People make the comparison that some
That
people
got
watch
dark
gaming
really
channels for
quickly.
the same reason that others watch sports. You're watching someone play a video game? Why do you watch someone play when you can just go to the computer and play it yourself? Now replace the word video game with
True.
sport and outside with computer, and it's the same thing. Loading Artist made a very good
True.
comic about the point I'm trying to make. I'll just read it. What are you doing? Watching this guy play a game. It's pretty funny. Wait, so you aren't even playing? Yeesh, what a waste of time. And then he goes and
True.
watches a sports game. Man, Loading Artist is so much cooler than me. I've
Why
said this before,
why was
but
that
he was
so
such
funny
a big
to me?
inspiration to me
That
when
was
I was
just so
first
funny.
starting out. I just wanted to say that again. Go read all of his comics right now. I just want to say it's
Link in
fine
the
if you
description,
watch
guys.
sports. Granted, I won't watch them with you because they're incredibly boring. You want to know why gaming
Sports
channels work?
are
It's
not
because they play
boring.
different games.
They are
Even Captain
so
Sparkles, who
fun.
mostly plays Minecraft and also who I love, by the way. And I did buy a t-shirt to prove my point, but it's still in the mail. See, look, I bought a t-shirt and I bought sunglasses right here. So I just want to give a big shout out to
He looks so rad,
themakershop.com,
man.
who's
He looks
taking a
so
million
rad.
years to ship me my Captain Sparkles shirt. It was going to be so cool. I was going to say, I bought a t-shirt to prove my point. And then I was going to flick the sunglasses that I also bought down. Notice me, senpai. This email says it's going to take
Notice me,
3 to 7
senpai.
business days to ship. Well, yesterday was the 13th business day. So what is it, Jordan? 7 or 13? So I bought this just so I have something physical to show my love for Captain Sparkles. I've been watching all of his videos since TNT. Oh, he's changed it. But the point is, he changes around the format and the rules of his Let's Plays with all the different maps he plays. It's different for every video, even his
True.
role-playing ones, which I'm still waiting for part 5 to come out. Like, imagine if there was a gaming channel that only played the first Super Mario game. It might be fun to watch at first, especially
Yeah.
if they're good at playing the game, and it
Yeah.
might be fun to watch how other people play it and see what they do. But
Yeah.
for 50 years? Don't you think that would get a little boring after a while?
For
I
me,
mean, only
it doesn't
so
get
much can
boring.
happen,
I
and
started
that's what
watching
I think sports
sports
is
when I was like
like
5, so
sometimes.
I
It's
love
the same game,
sports.
same rules, over and over and over. Like, spice some
It's
things
not-
up once in a while. What if for basketball
It's not the
there
same
were like
rules. There's,
mystery
like,
boxes like in Mario Kart, and you
it's
could
like, for
grab them and
instance,
that give you an advantage.
with football, they used to have, like, when you were a goalie, they used to have no gloves, and now they do. And there's big differences to the game. So when you're saying that they haven't changed it up a bit, they have. They've changed it into better and more understandable games.
How about if a team is losing, they get some wacky, hilarious handicap depending on how far behind they are, so it's not hopeless for them. But James,
That's just
sports
being
is
an
supposed
idiot.
to measure your talent.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It gets boring to watch. I can understand
In
if
my
the teams
opinion,
are
it
neck and
doesn't.
neck and it comes down to one final play like what it does in every sports movie. That's why they have to use that plot device in all the sports movies to make it interesting. But a lot of times, sports aren't like that. Like if one team is leading by 50 points, why even bother watching the last 5 minutes of the game? I would rather
Because
watch any
they could
Air
make a
Bud
comeback.
movie than a sports game because stuff actually happens in those movies and they're different each time. And there's a dog wearing shoes in it.
What?
I just want to say for the record, if my kid grew up to be a professional athlete, then I'll watch sports. But only the games
Yeah,
that they play in,
watch
and only
sports.
the games that are interesting. Ugh, why is it socially acceptable to know
All
everything
of the
about
games are
sports and
interesting.
dress
What are you
up, but
talking
it isn't
about?
acceptable to dress up in fursuits and go to cons? You see, I don't think it's acceptable to do either of those things. You're both weird. But don't let me stop you.
You're
You do
both
you.
weird.
Follow your dreams. Okay, let's talk about
Yeah,
some stories.
follow your
In grade
dreams.
school, I was put in the honor classes for my academic achievement, which did not help me whatsoever. It probably hurt me when I went to college. But that's not what we're talking about. Anyway, so during recess, the whole class would play kickball. Kickball is a fun sport. Anyone can play it, but it takes a pro to be
Yeah.
good at it. What?
I
There
think
was
I've
this
played
girl
it
in my
once
class
before.
who was the best kickball player, and then later, when she grew up, she became the valedictorian of my high school and went to Harvard. I'm proud of her.
Cool.
Also, my
Yeah,
ginger
I'll be
friend
proud
Nick
of her as
Jiggly,
well.
who I've mentioned before, he also got to speak during graduation. Actually, okay, so Nick had this thing where his hands would shake. I don't think it was Parkinson's. I actually emailed him about it, and he said, I asked a doctor, and he said it's just a mild tremor. Ha. So he's probably fine. But whenever he would give a presentation in front
probably
of the
fine.
class, his hands would be shaking, and people would think, oh, he's nervous. But no, actually, he's the most extroverted and outgoing kid that I knew. He just had a
Oh,
condition.
nice.
That was a pretty long
Oh,
tangent.
nice.
What are we talking about? Sports? Oh, yeah, kickball. Since everyone in the class was kind of already a nerd, I wasn't usually the last one to be picked on a team. I was usually the fourth or third to last. It's so nerve-wracking
nice.
when the last 5 are still standing and you think, don't let me be last, don't let me be last. And then you get picked and it's like, ha! They think I'm better than you. Which I'm
Yeah.
not, actually. One time I think I was like 15 or something, and me and this big group of people went to a sports complex. And we were having fun, playing games and running around, and then boom! A soccer ball just whacked me in the face. I got a bloody nose and I couldn't stand up without toppling over for a few seconds. And then I went to a bathroom, you know, freshened up. What sucked was that it was a girl that hit me, and people made jokes like, oh, you got hit by a girl. It still hurt, okay? So I
Yeah,
sat out
no
for
matter
couple
if it's
of
a girl
minutes.
or
I
boy,
waited
it's still
until I
gonna
stopped seeing
hurt.
flashing colors. Then, like the man that I am, I went back and played some more. And not 5 minutes go by when it happened again. Different
2
person
times
this
in a
time.
row.
But after the
Oh
second
my
time, I was
God.
completely out. I mean, I wasn't unconscious, but I couldn't get up. I remember my brother had
Oh
to carry me
my
out on his shoulder.
God.
So I didn't play any more soccer after that. I didn't play
Oh
for a long
my
time, actually. I
God.
don't think I even played soccer after that whole
That's happened to me
experience.
so many
Thanks for
times, and
watching.
yeah,
That was the video.
that's happened to me so many times. But yeah, anyways, guys, I'm gonna probably watch another one because these videos are so entertaining. So I will be back once I find a video. Hey guys, I'm back. Yeah, let's just react to some more. I don't know what else to
I
say.
think that everyone at some point in their life should work in a fast food or retail job. Not
Yeah.
to improve their work ethic or anything, but so that everyone knows what it's like to have that kind of job. They wouldn't work in fast
Yeah,
food their
true.
whole lives, maybe just like for 6 months, just so they get a
Yeah.
feel for it. So with that,
Yeah.
let's talk about the time when I worked in fast food. I used to work at a very small local sandwich shop. I don't know if any of you guys heard of it. It's called Subway. Our spokesperson was
Subway.
in the news recently.
Is it meant to
I
be
don't know if you guys
Subway?
look at the news.
It's meant to be
Did you hear he got
Subway.
beat up in jail? I kind of want to meet the person who beat up Jared more than Jared. Not in person. We wouldn't meet in person, obviously. But, like, he would be behind bars, and I would just look at the guy who beat up my spokesperson. How many people get to say that they beat up a fast food icon who is also a pedophile? Only one, and it's
Oh
that
my
guy. Okay, but seriously,
God.
guys, working at Subway was probably one of the most easiest jobs out there. I don't know why I'm about to complain about it to you guys. We got free cookies. And you know the
Oh,
comic with the
nice.
Subways in Hell? I was actually working at Subway when I made that comic. I just think it adds sort of a little bit of value to it. You see, the
Nice.
owners, who were husband and wife, can you believe it, of the Subway I worked at, owned 2 stores. One of the Subway stores was in a Walmart on an Indian reservation, because we have those in Arizona. And the other Subway was the Subway I worked at. And since the Walmart store was
Nice.
always busy, the owners would spend 99% of their time at that store. So I didn't really have a boss most of the time. On the off chance the owners
Nice.
did show up, they would just pick up some food and then they would make sure I was making sandwiches the right way. And every time I made a sandwich in front of them, they would always find something wrong with it, without fail. You put on too many olives. Do you know, according to the Subway formula, you're only supposed to put on 8 olives on a foot long? 8! One for every other bite. That's just ridiculous. Can you imagine someone just counting out 8 olives? Nobody does that. I usually worked
True,
the
to be
closing
fair.
shift, and at the end of the night, we would turn the alarm and we have 60 seconds to get out of the store. But one time I had the opening shift, so I unlocked the door to get in with my key, and the alarm went beep, beep, meaning I had 60 seconds to turn it off. No big deal, right? I've turned the alarm on all the time when I was closing. So I go to the little control panel, and I type in the code, and nothing happens. The beeping is still there, and the clock is still ticking down. So I go, okay, I'm going to press each button very carefully. I'm going to make
Yeah.
sure each button makes a beep when I press it.
Yeah.
Beep, beep, beep. Nothing still happens.
I
So
think
I go,
oh, no.
okay, I'm going to make sure to press each button very carefully.
Very,
And I start thinking,
very
did they
carefully.
change the passcode without telling me? Well, this is the only passcode I
They
know,
might
so
have.
we're just going to try it again. And I press each button very carefully. Beep,
Beep.
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 And it goes quiet. And then the alarm goes off. I still had like
Oh
20
my
seconds left, but I
God.
guess when you get it wrong 3 times, it automatically assumes that you're a burglar. So while the alarm is going off, I look on the contact sheet for the owner's cell phone number, I step outside, I call him, and he doesn't pick up. So I go back inside, find the number for the other Subway store. They open an hour before we do. Someone picks up with their stupid voice. Oh, thank you for calling Subway. I'm blah, 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 blah.
How can I help you?
And I go, hey, is Mike there? It's not his real name, guys. Don't worry. And they go,
Okay.
just a minute. Yeah, sure. I have all the time in the world. The cops might be on their way, but take your time. So Mike picks
The
up.
cops are
Yellow.
the
Hey,
cops.
Mike, this is
They
James.
called the police.
What's the passcode for
I
the
will
alarm?
question it. I
Who
will
is this?
question it.
It's James. What's the passcode? What are you doing there, James? Why aren't you answering the question? I have the opening shift. Is the alarm going off? Yeah, no one told me the new code. Yeah, we changed it. It's the last 4 digits of your social security number. Oh, okay, thanks, Mike. I don't know my social security number. So I finally get the alarm off. No one showed up, thankfully. Which I
Thank
actually don't know
God.
if that's a good thing or not.
Thank
now
God.
that I say it out loud. We did have a store manager who would like make the schedule and sometimes tell us, hey, can you guys do a better job at your job? But other than that, she was cool. She watches my videos, and so do her little brothers. They're big fans. Shout out to Ivan and Andy. Those are the
Shout
brothers.
out to
So
those
get this,
people.
At Subway, you only worked with one other person. Just you and them in an empty Subway for 5 hours.
That'd be
we weren't,
really
like,
awkward.
empty all the time. Okay.
Wouldn't it?
And when you're not making
That'd be
sandwiches,
really
you have
awkward.
other stuff to do, like stocking the chips or we had stuff to do. But okay, we did watch a lot of Netflix and do homework. So I mean, it was that other person you worked with would make or break your entire shift. It wasn't the annoying customers. I kind of got used to annoying customers. So I worked with a lot of crappy people. And I also worked with a lot of people who I would probably never become friends with except in a work setting. You see, you gotta understand the
That's
type
the
of
exact
people who
same
got
with me.
jobs at Subway.
To be honest.
Potheads. Most of them are potheads. And some of them are really cool. I'm just gonna go
If I was in work, I would only become friends with them in work. I wouldn't become friends with them like outside. I would only be friends with them in work. So I'm the exact
over a
same as this
couple
guy.
of the characters that I worked with. There was Tyler. I freaking love this guy. He smoked a lot of weed. He actually taught me what vaping was, and he got me into Clash of Clans. I actually mentioned him and
Nice.
his girlfriend in my Riddles video. I don't know if I ever told him that. And of course, I have to mention Corey. He was cool. We watched How to Get Away with Murder on Netflix, and I've also hung out with him
How
outside
to
of
Get
work.
Away
What him and
with
Tyler
Murder.
had in common is that they would actually
What's
do their
wrong with
job,
these
which you
people?
gotta appreciate. Then there was this guy. get this, who was also named Jared. He loved marble, and that's like the only thing he would talk about. I can say these things. He doesn't watch my videos. There was Sarah. She was cool. She made me a bread.
That's the exact same with my friend. All that he talks about is just Netflix and the shows that he watches. He never talks about anything else. That's all that he talks about. So that's
and her boyfriend
relatable.
Jay. He talked about chakras and third eyes. He was interesting. And also, there's
Yeah.
Anthony. He's cool. What's up, Anthony? For the 100,000 sprinkles
What's
video,
up,
I actually
Anthony?
went back to Subway to use their scale because I knew they had one. And we counted 500 sprinkles again just to be more accurate for the 100,000. And Anthony helped me count instead of working. I mean, at least he got
Nice.
paid minimum wage for it. So 2 more stories before I go. One
No.
time, Jared asked me to take out this pile of trash, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll just put this pile of trash in the dumpster. And as I was taking it out, I saw that there was a chip poster in the pile, and I thought, this is too cool to throw away. I'm gonna keep it. So I took it home with me, and then the next day when I went in, people were saying, oh, where's the chip poster? We can't find the chip poster. We haven't seen it anywhere. And I'm thinking,
Here's it.
poster. I decided not to tell anyone that I had the poster, and it's still hanging up in my room. Sorry, boss.
No, its mum threw it away. That's
Okay,
so
and then the other
upsetting.
story, I was working with a manager, and we were just making sandwiches like usual. And I noticed that when we toasted a sandwich, it would burn the paper a little on the edges. That probably shouldn't be happening. So then a customer asks for just bacon toasted, and the boss lady puts some bacon on paper and then
Oh
puts
my
it in the
God.
toaster. And we don't have a setting for just bacon. So then when she opens the toaster, there was a fire on the bacon. So then she starts to whack
Oh
it
my
with the
God.
little metal tray thing. And all she ended
Oh,
up doing
that.
was fanning the flames, making the fire bigger.
Oh no.
You got this, right? Then I went in the back and I got the fire extinguisher and I
Yeah.
actually used it. I single-handedly saved that
Oh my God,
Subway.
he used it. That's amazing.
What have I done? Is it okay if the bacon's a little crispy and has nitrogen and carbon dioxide stuff on it? Wow, I didn't even mention a single bad customer experience.
Okay. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.